So it's not my usual workplace, but I'm going to tell you why it pays to be prepared for the big disasters as well as the small when we come back. All right, folks, welcome back. So, not my usual place where I'm shooting videos, huh? We got a good reason for that. So I'm going to tell you why it pays to be prepared for the big disasters as well as the little ones. Not every disaster in your life is going to be, the zombie nuclear war hordes coming to your house, dropping fallout everywhere. Sometimes it's the little stuff. Now, before we begin the video, I did want to mention, notice I got my freeze-dried wholesalers up there. He is having a hard time getting the mushrooms. If you're a fan of the mushrooms, go ahead and order them, get them shipped out to you before he runs out. He's going to take them discontinue them for a little while, take them out of stock. So grab what you want. When they're gone, that'll be it. Now, they'll be back later once he has a more stable supply of them, but they're going to be gone. And you can use my code, you can use my link down below to save 15% on any of the food you want. I just have some food up there because I'm going to try cooking it tonight for dinner with my off-grid stove. So what happened? Let's get into the story here. Well, last night, as I was getting ready to leave for my radio show I do, it's a little low-power FM radio station here in town where I do a preparedness radio show. Some of you guys might know about it. The stove started arcing. Now, if you've ever heard an electrical arc, you know that's a bad sound. I need to check that out and find what it is and keep looking until I find what's wrong. What happened was the upper element was basically burning white hot, almost like an arc welder. And it was off. There was nothing on, nothing playing. The whole thing was off. Nothing was in the way. So it was just burning for no reason. So couldn't get it off. Sprayed a fire extinguisher on it. Didn't even touch it. We're about to get a cat here. Didn't even touch it. And after that, threw some dirt on it. That did nothing. I threw a big handful of dirt up there at it, thinking it would cool it down. Finally, I realized, oh, this isn't a fire, it's an electrical issue. I went out to my breakers, clicked them off. Needless to say, the stove's out of commission. Now, the good news is I have a home warranty, so whatever it is, even if I need a new stove, it's just my $85 deductible, and it's done. So that's the nice thing about having a home warranty. Totally aside from being prepared, that's a nice thing. But that also means that it could be quite a while before I get my stove and oven back. So what I've done here is kind of set up a little bit of what I'm going to be using out here until they get their butts in gear and get over here and give me some new stuff. So we're going to take you up close and let you see what everything is. Now, you guys have seen this before. Unfortunately, Brinkmann no longer makes this oven. I don't even know if Brinkmann is still in business. It is a propane oven. You see I have a propane tank connected there. I don't think I'm going to use this, but you never know. If I want to heat something up in an oven, very convenient way to do it. Comes with its own little stuff inside there. Its own little pans and trays and everything. And it works very, very well. I've used this in previous videos when I'm making bread and stuff. Works awesome. Really works well. So I am going to put that here. However, I'm not going to be baking it right over the wood cabinet. I'm going to probably move it over this way where there's no cabinet above it. But for now, just there in the shot so you can see it. Now, next up, of course, common sense would dictate we're going to need a stove. Yeah, it's 2 burners, but it sure is better than no burners. And because this is an electric stove, and because we lose power out here once in a while, it's always nice to have a backup way to cook. This thing works very, very well. Now, I do have a carbon monoxide meter, and I will show it to you in a minute. So we are going to be running a carbon monoxide meter out here, just to make sure. But I have very high ceilings, very well-ventilated house. I have a porch door that way that I can open up to a screened-in patio. So I know I'll be safe in here with this stuff. I've used it many times before. I also have a carbon monoxide monitor, and I'll show you that in a minute. It's over on the other table behind me. Show you that in a minute. Now, lastly, because 2 burners kind of stinks, we've got a 3rd burner over there by the microwave. And that's that Brulin big burner, that big one. And I'm going to use that basically to heat up water if I need water heated up for anything. The coffee machine still works. Of course, I still have electric in the whole house. The range was on its own breaker, so I was able to go out there. The worst part was this range is hardwired into the electrical system of the house. I was like, you got to be kidding me. I pulled the thing out when it was arcing, looked behind it, and there's just a wire running under the wall. I'm like, you gotta be kidding me. We did have the fire department come out here and check everything out and use their thermals and everything. And I was like, gee, I got a thermal. I could have used that, but they made sure there was no other damage nor other danger to anything. I'm going to back you up a little bit here so you can see it again. And all in all, it's all okay. But this is why it's not always the big, huge disasters that get you. Sometimes it's the small little emergencies in life. Believe me, that was a real big emergency to me while that thing was arcing in there. You open up the stove and it's arcing and it's shooting off white sparks. I mean, it looked like if you ever played with magnesium ribbon as a kid, you ever light a magnesium ribbon? Yeah, that's what it looked like all the way slowly around my element up top. So I don't know if I'm going to need a whole new stove or an element, whatever. However long it takes, hey, I'm ready. I'm ready to cook and prepare. Now, I understand not everybody's going to feel comfortable doing this stuff, but all in all, this will work very well for the time being. Even if you have a couple of small little alcohol stoves, think of it that way. If you live in a high-rise building and they're not going to allow you all this kind of crazy stuff, somewhere in a big city, a couple alcohol stoves, a secure area, that's safe to cook on them. They're very safe for indoors. They're used on ships, actually, alcohol stoves, because of the fact that they're safe to use indoors. You can use that kind of stuff. Any way that you can cook other than your regular cooking methods is a way to stay safe. Let me quickly show you the carbon monoxide monitor. It's actually an air quality monitor that monitors carbon monoxide, and we'll wrap up the video. All right, a while back I picked this up on Banggood. So if you go to Banggood, you can check it out. It's an air quality detector. And you see the top number there is carbon monoxide. Then you have the CO2 and the HCHO. Your RH factor there, temperature, 14 degrees Celsius. It's only in Celsius. You can move this around. I can reset it. But it also is USB chargeable. Nice little USB-C port there. So this is handy. And if that gets up to a level that's dangerously high, it will alarm. You can tell you got a battery going here, a little green light. So something like this, I'd maybe stick over here on the counter, just as a monitor for me to check and see what's going on, make sure everything's okay. All in all, I really like that thing. I believe it counts to 100 and then it starts monitoring. That's why you're not seeing any CO2 or HCHO. It counts to 100, then it starts monitoring. That's why it's going up like that. That's not the actual CO2 CO level in here. I also have carbon monoxide detectors throughout the house. They are combination CO monitors plus as well as fire monitors, smoke detectors. So they do work very, very well, and that is a very handy way to do it. So anyway, folks, that's the video for today. Just a quick video. I kind of redid what I was going to do because I had this emergency last night. And in the middle of the emergency, with the firefighters standing here in my kitchen, I'm thinking, wow, perfect opportunity to show people. It's not always end of the world type disasters that we're prepared for. Sometimes it's something as simple as your stove going out and your oven going out. And are you ready to handle that? It makes life a whole lot easier. Now, would I live and die without this? No, I could always use my microwave. I could always do stuff on a barbecue. But this is a nice way to do it. So you can see the CO2 levels, 349, carbon monoxide 0002. And there's your numbers over there. I'll bring it closer to you so you can see. I forgot that it had to count up. So as long as you keep an eye on this, you'll be perfectly fine. And I've used this stuff inside before, so I know it's safe. Anyway, folks, I thank you for watching. Don't forget, like I said, Freeze Dry Wholesalers, they're selling out of mushrooms for a little while. His supply is really dried up. So if you like his mushrooms, go ahead and order them. Use my link, 15% off, as well as anything else you want on there. This kind of a small disaster, food also comes in handy too. Easy, simple freeze-dried food that you can just pop in the pan or in your oven and cook up real simply. It definitely comes in handy during emergencies and disasters. And you got 25-year shelf life. Below that link's going to be all our Amazon affiliate store links. That link down there will show you all the stuff that I use in the channel, as well as stuff I've reviewed. You can check that link out. If you don't see anything in that you like, just click the link and shop as you normally would on Amazon. Really helps out the channel, especially as you're doing your Christmas shopping this year. We would really appreciate that. You don't have to buy anything from my store. Just click the link, go there and shop. And below that is our My Patriot Supply link. Don't forget to check that out. We have a $250 off of the 3-month kit. That's preparewithiridium.com. There's also a bunch of other stuff there, so check them out as well. And underneath that is our Thrive Life freeze-dried food store. Definitely get your orders in this month. We got some specials coming up. December has some specials that are really, really good. We got chicken, and we also have the freeze-dried eggs. There's a bunch of stuff on special for December, so go check it out if you're delivery or consultant customer. And if you're interested in just checking out the whole thing, just go there. You don't have to be a member of anything to purchase. Anyway, folks, thank you for watching. I'm going to make myself some breakfast. Stay safe and stay prepared.